This is Donovan McNabb, and you're listening to The Bottom Line with Steve Nugent, right here on Sports Radio 1340, WHAP, Hopewell.
K&L Barbecue at 1410 Maple Street, inside Cavalier Square, Hopewell. Wants you to know they have great specials on the daily menu, such as hamburger steaks, grilled chicken, a lightly fried chicken sandwich, and of course, the best chicken and dumplings in the Tri-Cities. And don't forget about their world-famous barbecue and sauce. Dine in or carry out at K&L Barbecue. Call 458-4241. That's 458-4241 for K&L Barbecue.
Uh-oh, stranded on the side of the road, flat tire, dead battery, no worries. Tucker Towing Service, LLC has got your back. Whether it's cars, trucks, motorcycles, or trailers, we're here to get you moving again. Need a jump start or a tire change? We do that too. Proudly serving Hopewell, VA, and surrounding areas. We're fast, reliable, and just a call away. Call Tucker Towing at 804-920-4383 or email us at tuckerstowingservice@gmail.com. Tucker Towing Service, LLC, your roadside lifeline.
Looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate? Let Keith and Mandy at Hourglass Realty Group guide you and your family through the journey of home ownership for years to come. With over 17 years of experience as multi-million-dollar producers, they specialize in residential and commercial properties across Richmond, Chesterfield, the Tri-Cities, and surrounding areas. As partner agents with Veterans United, they take pride in helping active and retired veterans find the perfect home. Plus, Keith is a licensed notary for your convenience. Call 804-712-0188. That's 804-712-0188 today and visit them at 11801 Center Street in Chester.
He covers everything from high school to the pros and everything in between here in the Tri-Cities. Now, let's go to Steve the Truth with the bottom line.
That's right. I am Steve the Truth, and we are here at Fox Sports Studios, the corner of River Road and Mesa, WHAP, The Point. We've been gone for, I guess, 2 weeks. I am Steve the Truth alongside of Harry Clary and Rick Morris, and we are back after week one. That's going to end tonight with the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Chicago Bears. But first, fellas, let's find out what y'all did this weekend during week one. Harry?
Well, I'll tell you the truth, Steve. Since it rained, I didn't do a whole lot because I'm an outdoor type person. But I caught up on my indoor activities, and, boy, we're going to have a lot to talk about today because football has started, and we're not going to be lost for words or anything. We're going to have more on the table than we need.
Yeah, of course, Harry, you and I play, all three of us play fantasy football. We just happen to be in two leagues together. And last night, you got Josh Allen in both leagues, and he did the incredible.
Everybody's going to be talking about that game for a long time.
Yeah, they're down by 15 points with 4:44 to go, I think it was, and they come back and won the game in regulation, 41-40.
Yeah, 3 scores.
Yeah, and the turnovers, and like I said, Baltimore, if you go to our Facebook page, the Bottom Line Sports Talk Show, I put up our predictions. Of course, Harry has took Buffalo and Philadelphia. Rick has took Buffalo and Philadelphia. I took Baltimore and San Francisco because the way I did my pick on that is I went with the logo and the color of it. And the game is played in San Francisco this year, home in Santa Clara.
Yeah, and San Francisco barely squeezed it out.
Yes, they did with our tight end, my tight end, but we're going to talk about that later. Of course, we're here for 2 hours. Rick, how was your weekend, big guy? You had an event.
Yeah, we played at IDK with Elixir, and we had a really good crowd. We had to fight the rain because it's kind of an outdoor gig, but it's under a tent type thing. But we had a good time. We had a good crowd.
Yeah,
shooting for Great American Ranch in Midlothian this weekend.
All right, yeah, y'all go out there and check them out at the Great American Ranch. That'd be great Saturday night. But
yeah, it's going to be Friday.
Friday night.
Friday for this one, yeah.
Now, your Denver Broncos, We talked about it in the production meeting a little bit. You sent a text message to the group earlier that Denver Broncos is the first team ever with 4 turnovers and to win the game in regulation.
I'm just glad they won.
That's about the best way to do it.
The defense pulled us out for sure.
Yeah, I can't say that for my Dolphins, but we'll break that down in a little while over the next 2 hours for us to show that we are. The Dolphins made Daniel Jones look like Tom Brady yesterday.
He made him look better than Tom Brady.
Yes, we did. We made him look really, really good, and we're going to break that down. Of course, let's start with Hopewell High School football. At the top of the hour at 7 o'clock, we will have Coach Irby of Hopewell Blue Devils football with us. Of course, they won Friday night in dramatic fashion. Hopewell's game last Friday was a loss, but they didn't let memory haunt them on Friday. They skated past Mecklenburg County Phoenix 16-14 with a last-second field goal by Orrin Beasley, who been on our friends of the program here, been on the show several times for soccer. And we're going to talk to Coach Irby at 7 o'clock, a little after 7, and get his thoughts on that. And everybody seemed to play very well. And it's the last 3 matchups between Hopewell and Mecklenburg. Last year, Hopewell lost 20-14, but back in 2023, Hopewell won 44-0. So that was a big deal for Hopewell winning that. They're on a bye this week, so there's no Hopewell Blue Devils football this week here on WHAP The Point. And that's our high school coverage. We're, like I said, top of the hour on that. At 6:30 at the bottom of this hour, we're going to have Drew Dayberry here with the events that's happening this weekend. That's the River and Roads Festival. They'll be with us at the bottom of the hour at 6:30. He's going to let us know what they got going on. And Harry and Rick, man, they seem to have a lot going on down there. Inflatable obstacle course, games such as football toss and axe throwing, face painting, kayak pool, local vendors and food trucks, a beer garden, live music. I know a good friend of yours is going to be playing down there, Magnolias.
Yes.
Yeah, and touch a truck featuring an airplane will be there where kids can walk up if you've never been on an airplane. I've never been on an airplane, but I've seen them up close.
I've never been on one either.
Yeah.
I have. Love it.
Yeah, a scavenger hunt. And they do have a bass tournament with up to $15,000. They're giving away $15,000 to win on that bass tournament this weekend. That's the 12th and 13th. And they will be with us at the bottom of the hour of 6:30. So that gets you caught up on what we're going to be talking about over the next 2 hours. And before I move any forward, we did have the meet and greet here at WHAP last Saturday, a week ago Saturday, and had a good show and had right many people here. All the personalities from WHAP was here. Was glad to see all of them. It was great.
It was a really nice time, and I was pleasantly surprised how many people showed up. But that event you were talking about earlier, face painting and axe throwing, I hope nobody gets them mixed up.
Yes, you're exactly right. And while we were talking about the meet and greet, one of our old friends are coming back here to WHAP on Saturdays from 4 to 7, Mr. Chip Cook.
That's right. He's legendary in the area. He has been at many radio stations. I can remember he interviewed a group I was in a long time ago at B103.
Yeah, that was. And then here, he was in the lineup with Steve, Mr. Beach Leonard, and Chip Cook. Were daytime here playing music back when we were all here.
That's right. John Trimble, Bill Bowman, Floyd Henderson,
Richard Taylor with the Bluegrass Show.
That's right.
Yeah, it was great. That was good times, and we're back here. And then, like I said, hopefully WHAP can continue doing what it's doing and grow every minute of every day. And that's what we're doing. And just like we do every day about this time, every Monday about this time, it is time for...
It's time for... On This Date in Sports History
with Harry Clary. Brought to you by Car Brothers, the gathering place located at 3100 Jackson Farm Road. Now, here's Harry.
Okay, on this day in sports history, 1939. You probably don't remember this one, Steve.
No, I don't.
Cleveland Indians' Bob Feller is the first Feller to be 20 years old and win 20 games. So that was quite a feat back then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, in 1965, on this day, the Kansas City A's Bert Campaneris plays all 9 positions in one baseball game, Steve.
Man, that's unheard of.
They must have done that just to do it. You know what I mean? I don't know if there was a purpose behind it other than just say, hey, he played pitcher, catcher, first base, second, all the positions. Okay, in 1968, on this day, Arthur Ashe wins his first U.S. Open title.
And that's local, too. He's from right here in the area.
That's right, which was so funny at the time. I can remember the big story in 68. I followed Arthur Ashe. He wasn't allowed to play in Africa.
Funny how that works.
Yeah, well, South Africa was where they had the tournaments.
Mm-hmm.
All right, 1972, pitcher Ferguson Jenkins wins his 20th game 6 consecutive years in a row.
Yeah, that's great.
That's quite a feat. Okay, 1973, Margaret Court. They used to call her Margaret Smith Court, and when I read about her now, it's always Margaret Court. Wins her 24th and final Grand Slam singles title. And in 1974, that's back when I was playing tennis, Jimmy Connors wins the U.S. Open. It was his first of 5 singles titles, beating Ken Rosewall. Ken Rosewall was about 272 years old at the time. And that was his last event played on grass. I think the last 3 events I played in, I was on grass.
Me too.
Okay, 1985, Pete Sampras ties... Pete Sampras. Boy, I'm still stuck on tennis.
Yeah.
1985, Pete Rose ties Ty Cobb with 4,191 hits. And last on this day in sports history, let's see if we can get this one right. 2002, David Carr throws 2 touchdowns as the Houston Texans become the 2nd expansion team in NFL to win their first game. The first time that it happened was 1961. The Minnesota Vikings, Norm Van Brocklin was the coach. George Shaw was the quarterback. They fell behind on the Bears, put Fran Tarkington in, came back and won the game 37-13.
Man, Fran Tarkington, he'd run around everywhere back in the day.
Right, so they knew right then he was the real deal, first game. Okay, on birthdays, Lem Barney, Detroit Lions. He was Defensive Rookie of the Year in 1967, 7-time Pro Bowler, and also, if you listen to the song What's Going On by Marvin Gaye, Lem Barney and several of the other defensive backs are the guys that are talking during that song. Hey, throw me the ball. And, you know, when you hear them, yeah, Lem Barney. Okay. Also, birthday today, 1946, L.C. Greenwood. 4-time Super Bowl champion, 6-time Pro Bowler. He was born today, on this day. And in 1956, Maurice Cheeks. It's his birthday. He played with the New York Knicks and the Philadelphia 76ers. So that wraps it up.
Yeah, and he coached in the association is what they're calling it now.
Absolutely.
Yep, it is just about 13 minutes past the hour, and that was the... On This Date with Harry Curry, brought to you by Carr Brothers.
The Gathering Place.
The Gathering Place. Of course, right now it is the first Monday night football game, and if you get a chance to go to Carr Brothers this afternoon, they got chicken wings on special tonight for the football game. So if you get a chance, go down there. They got 4 or 5 TVs in there that you can check out and watch Minnesota and Chicago.
So Carr Brothers is also a sports bar.
Yes, they are. And, of course, Tony Carr will be with us. Tony Carr Hathaway will be with us next week talking about Tony's Oily Worlds as well. And talking about the headlines of the day while we got this moment, we're going to start with the Colts. You know, we said it just now in the opening, but y'all's thoughts. Now, is it the Colts that good, or is the Miami Dolphins that bad?
Well, I'm going to say yesterday the Colts were that good.
Yeah,
but whether they can sustain that or not, we'll just have to see. They just jumped on them early, and the Dolphins never recovered.
Yeah, Miami looked really out of sync. two interceptions and a fumble. They scored 17 points off of those turnovers. Take that away, and they wouldn't have had but 17. 16 points. We would have been in the game.
Yeah, the quarterback's last name is Turn the Ball Over, isn't it?
That's exactly.
Tua Turn the Ball Over?
Yeah, that's his new name as of 2025. Rick, your thoughts on the Dolphin-Colts game?
That's where I stand, too. I think it's early in the season. I think the Dolphins can polish up a lot of things, clean it up, and we'll see how it goes from there. But, even the Chiefs lost, so.
Yeah, well, that game was that coach. I told you I liked Herbert and the coach for Los Angeles Chargers, and they put it on Kansas City.
Well, the
referees had an off day.
Yeah, and that was in that was in Brazil. Did you see the halftime show of that?
Yeah,
it was great, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
It was very entertaining. In Brazil, it was really entertaining. For a Friday night for the league, and me and the grandson was sitting there watching some of it.
It was almost like a Super Bowl halftime show.
It was very entertaining. It was very good. Now let's talk about the home team, the the Washington Commanders. Yesterday, with their first win of the season, Week 1, got high hopes for the Commanders this year, beating the Giants yesterday 21-6. Any thoughts about Washington coming in there and, of course, playing down to the opponent somewhat?
Well, I've got Terry McLaurin on my fantasy team. He did practically nothing, but Washington won the game as expected. The Giants, I think when we did the predictions, I picked them as the worst record in the NFL. I don't see the Giants doing anything this year. We'll have to see how good Washington is as the season goes on.
Yeah, Rick, your thoughts on the home team, the Commandos?
I thought Jaden Daniels played pretty good. I was rooting for them to win, so they did. So.
And in the second half hour of the show, we'll have sound bites of the coach's interview today, his press conference, talking about how much he loved that defense of Washington yesterday. Dan Quinn's talking about the defense for the Commanders should be good. And I want to give a shout-out to Mr. Todd Hallett. He's listening to us. He was texting me and telling me that our Dolphins are really not that bad, but we looked pretty bad yesterday, Todd. But I will give you a shout-out with your Raiders. That was a big win, beating New England yesterday, and then 20-10. And then that was a big win for the Las Vegas Raiders yesterday.
Right. Well, I did not pick the Raiders to win. There was about 4 games that were shocking to me. I picked the Patriots over the Raiders. I picked the Dolphins over the Colts. I picked the Lions over the Packers. And I picked Kansas City over the Chargers. Those were the 4 games that
didn't work your way.
Did not go my way.
Yeah, and I picked the Dolphins. I picked the Chargers. But I picked the Dolphins to win, and they didn't look good. And what was the other one that you had?
Let's see here. You're talking about the Lions and the Packers.
Now, the Lions, they lost both of their coordinators, the defense and offensive coordinator. Now, Dan Campbell there, after looking like Green Bay looked good yesterday, and Detroit didn't look that good per se. And could it be Ben Johnson? Ben Johnson, of course, head coach of Chicago tonight. We'll see how he does with Williams against Minnesota today. But losing both coordinators takes a while to get that team back on the same page.
I think you're right, Steve. It's going to be some adjustments for the Lions, but I'm not counting the Lions out at all.
Yeah, I like Dan Campbell. He's pretty good.
Yeah. I didn't like the Raiders winning.
Oh, you didn't? Oh, of course, you're being your Denver Bronco Rick over there.
Yeah.
And your Broncos look pretty good, that whole division. The Chargers won, Raiders won, Denver won. Kansas City's in last place. They're 0-1 in the AFC West. Who would have thought it?
I was watching the game last night, and I was so sure that Buffalo was going to lose, and I was going to come in and say, hey, everybody in the AFC East is all tied for first place.
Hey, as a Dolphin fan, I look at the positive side of things. We're only one game out as bad as we look.
That's right. You're tied for second.
Yeah. And the last headline I wanted to get to was the Pittsburgh Steelers. We talked about the whole offseason. We've been back on air since last February, and we talked about the Pittsburgh Steelers, and then they picked up Aaron Rodgers, and then they went and got Ramsey and Smith from the Miami Dolphins, and then yesterday they come out against a very competitive Jet team, I put it that way, and had to go down to the last second to win the game. But they look good. Aaron Rodgers threw 4 touchdowns yesterday.
Yeah, he did. Well, Justin Fields looked great, and I have to say that. And they gave Pittsburgh all they wanted, but thanks to the Miami Dolphins giving up Jalen Ramsey and Jonnu Smith, those were the 2 guys that put Pittsburgh over the top.
It is, and they look really, really good. And then how you have to look at Baltimore after losing the way they did. Are they going to have a hangover over the next couple of weeks and see what happens with that? So it should be fun in that AFC South. And with that, we're going to take a break. Don't forget, tonight is the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Chicago Bears, and we'll be here up until 8 o'clock with you as well. We'll be right back here on WHAP The Point. And when we come back, we will have the one, the only, that is Drew Dayberry with Rivers and Roads Festival that's happening right here this weekend, right here in Hopewell in the Sufficient Tournament. And like I said earlier in the opening, face painting, axe throwings, but it's not real axes. But it's going to be a lot of fun. And Cal English should join us as well on the K&L Barbecue Hotline when we come back. So thanks for listening. We'll be right back on the other side. You're listening to WHAP The Point. Carr Brothers, located at 3100 Jackson Farm Road here in Hopewell. The Gathering Place has great salads, specials every day, and without a doubt, the best burger in town. Call for carryout at 458-4144. That's 458-4144. Carr Brothers.
Looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate? Let Keith and Mandy at Hourglass Realty Group guide you and your family through the journey of home ownership for years to come. With over 17 years of experience as multi-million-dollar producers, they specialize in residential and commercial properties across Richmond, Chesterfield, the Tri-Cities, and surrounding areas. As partner agents with Veterans United, they take pride in helping active and retired veterans find the perfect home. Plus, Keith is a licensed notary for your convenience. Call 804-712-0188. That's 804-712-0188 today and visit them at 11801 Center Street in Chester. They're online at hourglassrealtygroup.com.
Hi, this is Andy Clark with Ligon Jones Insurance Services. We're proud to give back to our community by supporting local youth sports and encourage you all to get out and cheer for your team. We're a local independent agent representing Erie Insurance and several others. Give us a call at 804-458-8522 or stop by our new location at 5392 Prince George Drive, Suite B, and let us show you what old-fashioned customer service feels like. We can be your insurance concierge and save you money. www.ligonjones.com.
Uh-oh, stranded on the side of the road, flat tire, dead battery, no worries. Tucker Towing Service, LLC has got your back. Whether it's cars, trucks, motorcycles, or trailers, we're here to get you moving again. Need a jump start or a tire change? We do that too. Proudly serving Hopewell, VA, and surrounding areas. We're fast, reliable, and just a call away. Call Tucker Towing at 804-920-4383. or email us at tuckerstowingservice@gmail.com. Tucker Towing Service, LLC, your roadside lifeline.
911, what's your emergency?
911 is the number that can save civilians' lives. 1-800-COP-LINE is the number that can save yours. Did you know more cops die by suicide than in the line of duty? Talk to a cop who cares. Call 1-800-COP-LINE or visit VAFirstResponderWellness.org. The life you save could be your own. Paid for by the Virginia Department of Criminal Justice Services.
I just want to encourage everybody listening today. Your health matters. Your peace matters. You don't have to settle for feeling exhausted, stressed, or just stuck wherever you are. God gave us everything we need. simple, powerful gifts from the earth to support our bodies naturally. It's not complicated. It's not overwhelming. It's just about taking one small step back to what he originally intended. You deserve to feel amazing. And natural solutions are really closer than you think. It's just a text, a phone call, or a stop by Carr Brothers away.
Start your wellness journey today. Reach out to Tony Carr Hathaway. She's been waiting for you. Text wellness to 804-212-8571.
This is Mark Malone, and you're listening to The Bottom Line with Steve the Truth Nugent right here on Sports Radio 1340 WHAP Hopewell.
Why didn't you just tell me the truth?
Now, let's get back to Steve the Truth with The Bottom Line.
That's what I said.
All right, we are back here just about 25 minutes past the hour of Football League, and updated you with UVA and Virginia Tech scores. And don't forget, at the top of the hour, 7 o'clock, we got Coach Irby with the Hopewell Blue Devils after their big win the other night, 16-14. And joining us now, just as promised, is Drew Dayberry. Drew, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing well, sir. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, scoot up just a little bit closer to the mic. Yeah, and you'll be good to go. And I think on the K&L Barbecue Hotline, I think we have Cal English. Cal, are you there?
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me, Steve.
Man, I appreciate it. And, Drew, you and I are sitting here in the studio, and he's at the beach. What do you think?
No. Better come back with a tan, Kyle.
Yeah. I hope y'all are thinking about me.
Yeah, we are. All right, big weekend here in Hopewell, Rivers and Roads Festival. I know there's a lot of work that's been going into this. Tell us a little bit of how this all generated.
We started this event last year, Rivers and Roads Festival. It's to celebrate Hopewell's beautiful location, both on the river and downtown. So we've got a 2-day fishing tournament happening out of the marina, and lots of fun for families downtown on Saturday the 13th.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about yourself, how you got into the downtown partnership.
Definitely. I've been a Hopewell native for a decade. I'm still hoping to get my local card punched. Hopefully you can do that here.
Yeah.
Live here in Ward 1, started volunteering with the Hopewell Downtown Partnership, slinging tables and everything years and years ago, and slowly worked my way up into running this festival.
Yeah, Cal, your thoughts real quick. Tell everybody exactly how you got involved with this.
Yeah, so I started with the city of Hopewell a couple months ago in the Economic Development and Tourism office, and Charles Bennett, our director, kind of pushed me towards Drew and said, you're responsible for making this event a little more family friendly, and working with Drew in that. So that's what we've been working towards come the 13th of September.
Yeah, like I said, the 12th, on Friday and Saturday, I guess, both. And you got a list here, the kayak pool. I saw the pictures and stuff. That looks like that's going to be entertaining.
We do a free kayaking event every year down at City Park to get the kids out on the water, and we always get feedback. I don't want to try the river yet, so we thought we'd bring the river to downtown, and we've got a 50-by-50 pool. The fire department's coming to fill it up. It'll be 12 inches deep, so kids and adults alike can get out there and try to kayak for the first time.
Yeah, I work for the city of Hopewell as well, and I work the paddle battle and paddle in your park.
Yeah,
paddle in the park.
Events.
Yeah, we did that with the stormwater crew right here in the city of Hopewell. And the inflatable obstacle course. Tell us a little bit about that.
That is all Kyle, and he's got a few of them ready to go. I'm excited to see him in person.
All right, Kyle, what you got, big boy?
So we have two, I believe they're 42 feet and 42 feet long. I can't tell you how many feet high, but it's going to be two different obstacle courses for kids to, just enjoy, and they'll have big slides towards the end. And we're using a vendor by the name of Giddy Kitty Inflatables, and they have been nothing but a joy to work with up to this point. So thanks to them for coming down.
Yeah, and face painting, that's always fun for the kids.
Mm-hmm.
And then local vendors and food trucks. Now, what type of, I guess, a different variety of food?
Yeah, we've got everything from fried carnival goodies, some cider, some lemonade. Dobros will be there with donuts, so I expect everyone to see you there. But we've got different food trucks, all-American eats, everything from hot dogs to kind of carnival food, and some healthy options, too, from Rockabilly Barbecue.
Yeah. Now, beer garden. That's always a fan favorite to some of the adults out there.
Yeah, we didn't want to forget about the adults either. So we've got about 6 different beers on tap, everything from Ultra Coors to some lagers and stuff like that too. So we're running the full spectrum of drinks.
And touch a truck and feature in an airplane. Where's the airplane going to be parked?
Kyle rounded that up from us.
Yeah, shout out to Hopewell Towing and Rizik Hamill for that. He has a plane sitting outside of his business down in Hopewell, and he offered to bring that down for kids to sit in and take pictures. So that's going to be an awesome.
Yeah, I know Rizik real well. We go way back, and like I said, the big metropolitan city of Hopewell, 11 square miles. Everybody knows everybody.
Absolutely.
And it's great. Now, live music, I mentioned in the opening that Magnolia's, they're a friend of our program, and they're going to be there performing.
Yeah, we all love Magnolia. They've actually helped us acquire a stage, too. They'll be kicking off the show at 1 o'clock. We've got Jonathan Page Brown Jr. kind of filling the middle set, and then we're going to close out the night with Border Town.
Man, that sounds like, and it's the weather.
The weather's looking great.
Yeah, the weather is just like this for the next 10 days. So y'all picked a perfect weekend to do that as well. And scavenger hunt.
Yeah, the library. Kyle's worked hard with the library to get a scavenger hunt going. We want people to explore downtown. All the local businesses are going to be open downtown, so we want people to walk around and see everything it has to offer.
Yeah, and of course, fly fishing lessons, among more things. Now, tell us a little bit about the fishing tournament. I've heard the spot on, that's been on the radio, and it's sounds like that fishing tournament's there for you're gonna have some real fishermen there.
It is packed to the gills right now. Trip Carraway and Steve Camp have worked really hard on getting that out of the gate. We've got about 100 fishermen 100 anglers signed up. There'll be a lot of traffic to control Friday morning down at the marina, but everyone's excited to get in the water.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun. Like I said, my dad, he was a bass fisherman his whole life, and I know they're gonna. Then it said $15,000 to.
Yeah, we've got $15K to give away to the top prize and more all down the line. So a lot of people can leave happy that day, and they're going to have drinks and music down there too during the weigh-in.
Yeah, and if you stop by Fishtails Bait Shop right there before you want to go down there and check them out, they're a big sponsor of the Bottom Line right here. And if the people listening want to know where they can start off with, I guess the weigh-in would be Friday afternoon.
The major weigh-in is going to be Saturday afternoon down at the marina. So it's going to be a 2-day tournament. They're going to come out of the water on Saturday. The larger field will be on Friday, but then they're going to narrow it down, and we'll have about 40 anglers on the weigh-in on Saturday.
Man, because I've been to quite a few fishing tournaments, big time, and like the Bass Masters back when it was in the Coliseum, and man, that's great. I'm going to try to make it down there. I got grandson and granddaughter's football game early Saturday, but when I get back, I'm going to try to make it down there. And then the other events that's like right downtown. Library and Carson Street, all that's going to be right in there?
Yeah, we'll have all the events downtown on Library Street and East Broadway. The weigh-in is going to happen down at the marina, but we've got a bus shuttling people back and forth from downtown to the marina and everywhere in between. We've got some satellite parking. It'll be a busy weekend here in Hopewell. We've got the Greek Festival, too.
That's right. The Greek Festival is happening this Saturday. So, yeah, downtown is going to be exactly where you need to be at. The marina on Friday and weigh-in Saturday, and then all day Saturday with the events that's happening. Now, Kyle, while I got you on the K&L Barbecue Hotline, anybody you like to thank that's helped out a lot?
Mainly Drew Dayberry. He is the man. He is the mind behind the entire operation. The Hopewell Prince George Chamber has been a huge help when marketing the event, as well as, our city departments, Ginger Holland, Charles Bennett, just to name a few. Yeah,
and y'all do a great job over there in the Economic Development Department. You do a great job, Kyle and Drew. Man, we appreciate you being here to promote this, and I hope we have a great turnout this weekend. And it's anybody that you'd like to thank?
Kyle said most of the people, but Trip Carraway and Steve Camp have been a huge help around the fishing tournament. All the local bait shops, all the local marina places have been coming out in numbers to get this happening. Like you said, it's a big tournament. We're thankful for everyone, and even the Optimist Club is showing up to help with the kayak pool and stuff like that, too.
Yeah, I'm a member of the Optimist Club. I'll give a shout-out to Johnny Martinez and Joe Moore and all them guys down there, Patrick Henderson, which, Cal, you know Patrick pretty well. And
he's standing at the window looking at me right now.
Yeah, tell him I said hello. Yeah, and be sure to tell your dad I said hello, too. And
yes, sir.
Tell the neighbor I said hello.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thanks so much for joining us, Cal.
Thank y'all for having me.
Yes, sir. That was Cal English from, I think he's in Nags Head, I think.
Yep. He's having a good old time.
Yeah, living it up. And, Drew, man, I can't thank you enough for coming by and letting us help promote this event. I'm going to try to make it out there Saturday and check out the weigh-in and have the grandkids come around there and check out everything.
It's going to be a packed weekend here in Hopewell, and we're excited people have options. And, there's a lot to do this Saturday.
Yeah, it sure is, and it's going to be fun. And the weather, folks, it's going to be just like today. Today is a beautiful day, and for the next 10 days, it's supposed to be in the mid-70s.
Let's use it.
Yeah, it'll be a great weekend for weather to get out there and check that out. With that, we're going to take a break. Drew, thanks again. When we come back, we're going to have Harry and Rick back with us, and we're going to talk a little bit more about the National Football League and Week 1 and get you set for tonight's Monday night football game between the Minnesota Vikings and the Chicago Bears. You're listening to WHAP, The Point.
K&L Barbecue at 1410 Maple Street, inside Cavalier Square, Hopewell. Wants you to know they have great specials on the daily menu, such as hamburger steak, grilled chicken, a lightly fried chicken sandwich, and of course, the best chicken and dumplings in the Tri-Cities. And don't forget about their world-famous barbecue and sauce. Dine in or carry out at K&L Barbecue. Call 458-4241. That's 458-4241 for K&L Barbecue.
Uh-oh, stranded on the side of the road, flat tire, dead battery, no worries. Tucker Towing Service, LLC has got your back. Whether it's cars, trucks, motorcycles, or trailers, we're here to get you moving again. Need a jump start or a tire change? We do that too. Proudly serving Hopewell, VA, and surrounding areas. We're fast, reliable, and just a call away. Call Tucker Towing at 804-920-4383 or email us at tuckerstowingservice@gmail.com. Tucker Towing Service, LLC, your roadside lifeline.
Hi, this is Andy Clark with Ligon Jones Insurance Services. We're proud to give back to our community by supporting local youth sports and encourage you all to get out and cheer for your team. We're a local independent agent representing Erie Insurance and several others. Give us a call at 804-458-8522 or stop by our new location at 5392 Prince George Drive, Suite B, and let us show you what old-fashioned customer service feels like. We can be your insurance concierge and save you money. www.ligonjones.com.
Looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate? Let Keith and Mandy at Hourglass Realty Group guide you and your family through the journey of home ownership for years to come. With over 17 years of experience as multi-million-dollar producers, they specialize in residential and commercial properties across Richmond, Chesterfield, the Tri-Cities, and surrounding areas. As partner agents with Veterans United, they take pride in helping active and retired veterans find the perfect home. Plus, Keith is a licensed notary for your convenience. Call 804-712-0188. That's 804-712-0188 today and visit them at 11801 Center Street in Chester. They're online at hourglassrealtygroup.com.
Carr Brothers, located at 3100 Jackson Farm Road here in Hopewell. The Gathering Place has great salads, specials every day, and without a doubt, the best burger in town. Call for carryout at 458-4144. That's 458-4144. Carr Brothers.
911, what's your emergency? 911 is the number that can save civilians' lives. 1-800-COP-LINE is the number that can save yours. Did you know more cops die by suicide than in the line of duty? Talk to a cop who cares. Call 1-800-COP-LINE or visit VAFirstResponderWellness.org. The life you save could be your own. Paid for by the Virginia Department of Criminal Justice Services.
I just want to encourage everybody listening today. Your health matters. Your peace matters. You don't have to settle for feeling exhausted, stressed, or just stuck wherever you are. God gave us everything we need, simple, powerful gifts from the earth to support our bodies naturally. It's not complicated. It's not overwhelming. It's just about taking one small step back to what He originally intended. You deserve to feel amazing. And natural solutions are really closer than you think. It's just a text, a phone call, or a stop by Carr Brothers away.
Start your wellness journey today. Reach out to Tony Carr Hathaway. She's been waiting for you. Text wellness to 804-212-5251. 512-8571.
This is Donovan
Hemco, a family-owned business that operates as a full-service buyer, processor,
right
and
here.
seller. Hemco purchases, collects, processes, then remits any and all salvageable materials such as copper, brass, aluminum, stainless steel, and much more for the recycling industry. That's Hemco, Hopewell Iron and Metal Company, located at 213 South 6th Avenue, Hopewell, Virginia. For services or questions, call Hemco at 458-8514. Open Monday through Fridays, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. That's Hemco, Hopewell Iron and Metal Company.
Why didn't you just tell me the truth?
Now, let's get back to Steve the Truth with the bottom line.
That's what I said.
All right, we are back here at Fox Sports Studios. I am Steve the Truth. We want to send out a special thank you to Drew Dayberry and Cal English for joining us, promoting the River and Roads Festival this weekend, Friday and Saturday, right here in Hopewell downtown. And of course the 2-day tournament, bass tournament, Friday and Saturday. $15,000 to the winner, Harry, for catching fish. Can you believe it? That's a very expensive hobby, that fishing.
Yeah, and I've talked to a lot of people that are fishermen, and they got different kind of rules for different events.
They do, yeah.
You know, it's like fly fishing. It's not how big a fish you catch. It's your form and casting, and it's a lot to it.
And they got fly fishing lessons this weekend. Of course, Landon just gave me a hit up, so I'm going to give him a shout out. Of course, I know him and his granddad fish, Kevin, fish tournaments. Hopefully they'll fish in this one, and I'll give him a shout out there for listening to us today on the bottom line. Like, folks, don't forget, we are here every Monday from 6 to 8 covering local and pro sports and just about anything that's happening, just like we talked about the River and Rose event that is coming up this weekend. And let's give a shout out to the Greek Festival too. They're in town too this Saturday, so it's a lot going on right here in the city of Hopewell this weekend.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go.
Yeah, it's going to be. The Greek Festival is always good to go for the food. I mean, it's just really good.
Yeah, what's that stuff called? Baklava?
I don't.
Huh?
I don't know.
Steve, I thought you'd know. I thought you would know all about that Greek cuisine.
Sometimes I just eat it. Sometimes I just eat it. I don't know what it is.
Looks good. I'm eating it.
Yeah, and it tastes good. Yep. And in the opening, we were talking about the headlines today in sports. We talked about the Pittsburgh Steelers. They got new life going on right now with them. And like I said, I can't say enough about, we talked about it for 6 months about Aaron Rodgers coming to the Steelers. And, how, is he going to be good? Is he not going to be good? And he came out yesterday looking like Aaron Rodgers from 2010.
Well, I said he was. And also I'm the only one that predicted that Pittsburgh would win the division, and they're already one game up.
Yeah, they're
on Baltimore.
And Cincinnati beat Cleveland in a close game. Cleveland may be better than what some people think.
Cincinnati's worse than everybody thinks. Their defense is horrible.
Yeah, and like I said, their offense can score a lot of points, and they pay them a lot of money. So it's going to see that the whole division is going to change throughout the year. But Cam Hayward was ready to go and reported with a new contract for the Pittsburgh Steelers yesterday. The 4-time All-Pro defensive tackle was on the field warming up with his teammates 90 minutes before the season opener against the New York Jets on Sunday. He came after agreed rework contract that added $3 million in incentive this year and allows him to earn up to $18 million total, according to multiple reports. That's a lot of money, and you need him. He's definitely there for the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, absolutely. If I'm a coach in today's NFL, I'm going to put all my money in the offense, and what little money I'm going to put on the defense, I'm going to put on the pass rush.
Yeah, right up front. The line of scrimmage is the most important thing in any type of football, but especially in pro football. And, of course, in the production meeting, we were talking about this yesterday. I got George Kittle on one of my fantasy leagues. He exited the game yesterday with a hamstring injury. George Kittle left the game against Seattle early Sunday and was ruled out for the remainder of the game with a hamstring. He did score on a 5-yard pass from Brock Purdy midway through the first quarter that gave the 49ers a 7-0 lead. And he finished the game with 25 yards and 4 catches. But a hamstring can linger all season long.
Absolutely, and you and I both have Brian Robinson as a backup running back, and if McCaffrey goes, he got about 30-some yards, I believe, yesterday, right? He ran the ball a few times.
They played him right often, and like I said, the key to San Francisco is the running back. He's got to stay healthy.
It usually is.
Yeah, and because Debo did his thing yesterday in Washington in that reversing, run around the side and scored the touchdown for the Commanders.
Yeah, Commanders have some weapons.
Yeah, they're going to be fun to watch this year. And we did talk about the 41-year-old quarterback that threw 4 touchdown passes against his former team, 34-32 victory over New York. Now, little note from that I heard yesterday. This is the first time ever in the National Football League that it was a quarterback facing a quarterback that they actually switched the teams and playing against one another. You know, last year Aaron Rodgers was on the Jets and Fields was on the Steelers.
Right.
This year he's with the Jets and he's with the Steelers. That's the first time that's ever happened.
Wow, I didn't think about that, but I guess it did happen the first time Stafford played against Goff when they switched.
And that was in I guess so, yeah. So they said that was the first time, I guess, opening weekend.
Opening week, probably, yeah.
The opening game that played against one another. Now, we were talking about the Lions. The Detroit Lions wide receiver Jameson Williams has agreed to terms on a contract extension that he attempts to follow up on breakthrough season from a year ago. The Lions announced the extension Sunday before the two-time defending NFC North champions begin their season against the Green Bay Packers. But they didn't play well. But taking a look at Williams, the multiple reports Williams agreed to a 3-year extension worth $83 million. He's 24 years old and coming off a 2024 season in which he caught 58 passes for 1,001 yards and 7 touchdowns for Detroit.
I've got him on my bench. I did not play him this week, but there will probably be some times I will.
Yeah, it's and then the Panthers and Jaguars, another game is, we had a few college games, and some of the games on the high school football Thursday night got postponed due to the weather.
Yeah.
And then,
right, especially like the Dallas Philly had a rain delay, and I'm wondering, do you think that helped Philadelphia, because the momentum was sort of in Dallas's favor until that rain delay?
When he fumbled that ball, Sanders fumbled that ball, and then they went into the hour and 5-minute delay. I stayed up and watched the second, after the delay. But yeah, Dallas had the momentum right there, and then just couldn't score no points. But like I said, that's just the Dallas Cowboy team that I think is going to get better over the season as the season goes along. And they're playing Philadelphia Eagles, who are the Super Bowl champions, and they hung a banner. So they were hyped up.
The most physical team in football is the Philadelphia Eagles. If you watch them in the Super Bowl last year, they dominated both on the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball.
What y'all think about Jalen Carter spitting on Dak Prescott?
Well, after all of that, after they went back and looked at it to where Dak Prescott spit at his feet, and then he said, "You spit at me," and he walked up and spit right on his chest and getting kicked out the game. I thought that might have been a little bit extreme, but
that's what they say. They always don't catch the initial thing. They always see the second thing. It's like two guys will be struggling. One guy hit the guy. Ref don't see that one. They see the retaliation.
Yep, they see the guy that does it second. But I think it's going to set a mission for Carter. He'd be ready to go, over the next couple the games, and they got to play Dallas again.
They say he's a really nice guy off the field. One of the commentators was talking about how surprised he was because he was such a nice fellow.
Yep. Now, taking a look at the standings, we'll start with we're talking about the Dallas Cowboys and the Eagles. Philadelphia, Washington, both 1-0, and Dallas and the Giants are 0-1. And the Giants are, like I said, right along with the Miami Dolphins, probably the worst-looking team after Week 1 in the National Football League.
Yeah, I think the Saints look pretty bad too. They don't have a quarterback per se. Rattler, they don't know whether he's going to be the guy or not. Camaro is a great running back, but the Saints look kind of iffy to me. But I'm still going to say that the Giants are the worst team in football right now.
Yeah, as long as it ain't Miami.
Well, they're knocking on the door.
Yeah,
make some adjustments.
So the Giants are getting the number 1 pick next year, right?
Oh, but hey, Archie Manning. Could you imagine if they did get the number 1 pick and Archie Manning is right there where Eli Manning played?
Right. Well,
wow.
Either that would be, or the Chargers draft him and he goes, I'm going to New York.
Yeah. Now, looking at the scores, I'll give you an update of all the scores from this past week in the National Football League. Week 1, Philadelphia did defeat Dallas 24-20. The Chargers defeated Kansas City. We said that in the opening. That was a big win for the Chargers, 27-21. Arizona defeated New Orleans 20-13. Cincinnati defeated Cleveland 17-16. Indianapolis defeated the Miami Dolphins 33-8. Jacksonville 26, Carolina 10. And that Jacksonville team, I watched some of that game. They're looking back to the Jacksonville team that they used to be. Las Vegas upset New England 20-13. Pittsburgh defeated the Jets 34-32 in a great football game for Week 1. Tampa Bay defeated the Atlanta Falcons. Now, this game right here, 23-20, Tampa Bay scored the touchdown to go up 23-20. They went and missed the extra point. Atlanta gets the ball. Penix takes them all the way down the field for a 34-yard field goal, and he misses it at the end of the game. So that was
coup.
Yeah, that was coup. Yeah, that was a big miss. Atlanta could have been in there, and I think Atlanta's going to get better. A lot of people's liking Atlanta Falcons right now and the way they're playing.
Right, but I believe the Bucks are better.
Oh yeah, I think Tampa Bay. I should have took Mayfield in my draft, and I didn't. But we'll talk about that another day. Washington defeats the Giants 21-6. San Francisco with a big win, 17-13 over Seattle. Green Bay 27-13 over Detroit. The Rams 14-9. Now Houston's supposed to be a pretty good team. And with that being said, we go back to New England. The local boy Henderson, he played right much in the game with New England, and also the other local boy from Hopewell High School, Darrell Taylor Wolfer, he's the defensive end for Houston now, and he played number 52. I saw him playing yesterday. He did have a penalty so far as being offsides, but he played real well.
At least they called his name.
Yeah, he got his name called. Yeah. The Denver Broncos defeated Tennessee 20-12, and that game was a lot closer. I know Rick is the Denver Rick over there, but that game was a lot closer than 20-12 because
it was.
Carolina had the ball at the end of the game and could not complete a pass to try to score to tie.
Yeah.
But 4 turnovers and still win. You're just happy that you won the game.
Yes, I am.
And then last night, of course, the miracles of miracles. Buffalo came back from 15 down with 4 minutes left to defeat the Baltimore Ravens 41-40. And tonight's game is the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Chicago Bears at 8:15. Check that out and keep it right here to Fox Sports. We'll keep you updated with everything that's happening. With that, it's just about the top of the hour. We're going to take a break and come back and close the first hour up. And then when we come back with the 7 o'clock hour, we'll have Coach Irby of the Hopewell Blue Devils fresh off their big win over Mecklenburg, 16-14. And like I said, I've listened to it. Of course, you can hear the coverage of Hopewell Blue Devils football right here on Fox Sports Radio, 1340 AM, 96.9 FM, and, of course, WHAPradio.com. You can hear us anywhere in the world. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back here on The Bottom Line. It's a beautiful day out there on a Monday, and we're having a great time right here at WHAP The Point.
K&L Barbecue at 1410 Maple Street, inside Cavalier Square, Hopewell. Wants you to know they have great specials on the daily menu, such as hamburger steaks, grilled chicken, a lightly fried chicken sandwich, and of course, the best chicken and dumplings in the Tri-Cities. And don't forget about their world-famous barbecue and sauce. Dine in or carry out at K&L Barbecue. Call 458-4241. That's 458-4241 for K&L Barbecue.
Uh-oh, stranded on the side of the road, flat tire, dead battery, no worries. Tucker Towing Service, LLC has got your back. Whether it's cars, trucks, motorcycles, or trailers, We're here to get you moving again. Need a jump start or a tire change? We do that too. Proudly serving Hopewell, VA, and surrounding areas. We're fast, reliable, and just a call away. Call Tucker Towing at 804-920-4383 or email us at tuckerstowingservice@gmail.com. Tucker Towing Service, LLC, your roadside lifeline.
Looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate? Let Keith and Mandy at Hourglass Realty Group guide you and your family through the journey of home ownership for years to come. With over 17 years of experience as multi-million-dollar producers, they specialize in residential and commercial properties across Richmond, Chesterfield, the Tri-Cities, and surrounding areas. As partner agents with Veterans United, they take pride in helping active and retired veterans find the perfect home. Plus, Keith is a licensed notary for your convenience. Call 804-712-0188. That's 804-712-0188 today and visit them at 11801 Center Street in Chester. They're online at hourglassrealtygroup.com.
I just want to encourage everybody listening today. Your health matters. Your peace matters. You don't have to settle for feeling exhausted, stressed, or just stuck wherever you are. God gave us everything we need. Simple, powerful gifts from the earth to support our bodies naturally. It's not complicated. It's not overwhelming. It's just about taking one small step back to what He originally intended. You deserve to feel amazing. And natural solutions are really closer than you think. It's just a text, a phone call, or a stop by Car Brothers away.
Start your wellness journey today. Reach out to Tony Carr Hathaway. She's been waiting for you. Text wellness to 804-212-8571.
Hi, this is Andy Clark with Ligon Jones Insurance Services. We're proud to give back to our community by supporting local youth sports and encourage you all to get out and cheer for your team. We're a local independent agent representing Erie Insurance and several others. Give us a call at 804-458-8522 or stop by our new location at 5392 Prince George Drive, Suite B, and let us show you what old-fashioned customer service feels like. We can be your insurance concierge and save you money. www.ligonjones.com.
Car Brothers, located at 3100 Jackson Farm Road here in Hopewell. The Gathering Place has great salads, specials every day, and without a doubt, the best burger in town. Call for carryout at 458-4144. That's 458-4144. Car Brothers.
Why didn't you just tell me the truth?
Now, let's get back to Steve the Truth with the bottom line.
That's what I said.
That's right. We are back here at the studios. I am Steve the Truth alongside of Harry, Clary, and Rick Morris. It is just the end of the first hour, so we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll have Coach Irby with us just after the hour of 7 o'clock talking about Hopewell Blue Devils football. We appreciate you joining us, like I said, again, on this beautiful Monday afternoon. And if your team won yesterday in the National Football League, be happy because mine didn't. We'll be right back here. Put the second hour right here on Fox Sports Radio 1340, 96.9, and WHAPradio.com. Car Brothers, located at 3100 Jackson Farm Road here in Hopewell. The Gathering Place has great salads, specials every day, and without a doubt, the best burger in town. Call for carryout at 458-4144. That's 458-4144. Car Brothers.
Looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate? Let Keith and Mandy at Hourglass Realty Group guide you and your family through the journey of home ownership for years to come. With over 17 years of experience as multi-million-dollar producers, they specialize in residential and commercial properties across Richmond, Chesterfield, the Tri-Cities, and surrounding areas. As partner agents with Veterans United, they take pride in helping active and retired veterans find the perfect home. Plus, Keith is a licensed notary for your convenience. Call 804-712-0188. That's 804-712-0188 today and visit them at 11801 Center Street in Chester. They're online at hourglassrealtygroup.com.
Hi, this is Andy Clark with Ligon Jones Insurance Services. We're proud to give back to our community by supporting local youth sports and encourage you all to get out and cheer for your team. We're a local independent agent representing Erie Insurance and several others. Give us a call at 804-458-8522 or stop by our new location at 5392 Prince George Drive, Suite B, and let us show you what old-fashioned customer service feels like. We can be your insurance concierge and save you money. www.ligonjones.com.
Uh-oh, stranded on the side of the road, flat tire, dead battery, no worries. Tucker Towing Service, LLC has got your back. Whether it's cars, trucks, motorcycles, or trailers, we're here to get you moving again. Need a jump start or a tire change? We do that too. Proudly serving Hopewell, VA, and surrounding areas. We're fast, reliable, and just a call away. Call Tucker Towing at 804-920-4383 or email us at tuckerstowingservice@gmail.com. Tucker Towing Service, LLC, your roadside lifeline.
911 is the number that can save civilians' lives. 1-800-COP-LINE is the number that can save yours. Did you know more cops die by suicide than in the line of duty? Talk to a cop who cares. Call 1-800-COP-LINE or visit VAFirstResponderWellness.org. The life you save could be your own. Paid for by the Virginia Department of Criminal Justice Services.
I just want to encourage everybody listening today. Your health matters. Your peace matters. You don't have to settle for feeling exhausted, stressed, or just stuck wherever you are. God gave us everything we need. Simple, powerful gifts from the earth to support our bodies naturally. It's not complicated. It's not overwhelming. It's just about taking one small step back to what He originally intended. You deserve to feel amazing. And natural solutions are really closer than you think. It's just a text, a phone call, or a stop by Car Brothers away.
Start your wellness journey today. Reach out to Tony Carr Hathaway. She's been waiting for you. Text wellness to 804-212-8571.
This is Mark Malone, and you're listening to The Bottom Line with Steve the Truth Nugent right here on Sports Radio 1340 WHAP Hopewell.
Why didn't you just tell me the truth?
Now let's get back to Steve the Truth with The Bottom Line.
That's what I said.
All right, it is just a couple minutes past the hour of 7 o'clock. We're going to try to have Coach Irby here very shortly, and he'll be on the K&L Barbecue Hotline here soon. With that, we're back here. I am Steve the Truth with Harry Clary and Rick Morris. Of course, Rick is a Denver Bronco fan. Harry used to be a Cowboy fan, but is not anymore. And I am a Miami Dolphin fan. So I'm the only disappointed person in the room today for the National Football League in the studio. But I do want to get you caught up on some college football from over the weekend. I got a chance to watch this game Saturday afternoon. It's the local team, Virginia Tech. Of course, I am a Wahoo, so seeing this is kind of, it is what it is. But Pry is definitely on the hot seat there in Blacksburg. Virginia Tech, without an answer with Vandy, dominates the second half. It was 20-10 in the second half, fellas, and Vanderbilt scored 34 points in the second half to defeat Virginia Tech 44-0. 44-20, excuse me. And that's a big win for Vandy, of course, and that puts the Hokies at 0-2. Starting the season 0-2. And they play ODU at Virginia Tech this Saturday. You can see that on the ACC network at 7 p.m. I think the coach is on the hot seat, and I think he's going to need to win some games moving forward. Harry, what do you think?
Well, there's only when you're flat on your back, there's only up. There's only it can't get any worse. So it should take some of the pressure off.
Yeah, it should. And playing ODU, they should be favored in that game, playing at home, and they need a big win. So hopefully the Tech out there, the Tech alum, can get a big win that they're looking for. A little breaking news right here. Not really breaking, but after week one and the Giants played Washington yesterday, losing 21-6. The Giants are sticking with Wilson at the quarterback position, taking on the Dallas Cowboys this weekend.
Well, he is a proven quarterback, but obviously New York has way more problems than the quarterback position. Their defense doesn't look too good. They've got a great wide receiver, Neighbors, but not much else going for them.
And you can see it right there with Daniel Jones is played extremely well yesterday. It's just week 1, but he was with the Giants for a while and couldn't do anything, and now he pops up with the Colts and the 3-year coach that they got there, and they look like Tom Brady yesterday.
Well, people don't realize it, but Daniel Jones has been timed the fastest running quarterback in pads. I believe he ran almost 22 miles an hour, but then he fell down with nobody touching him at about the 10-yard line.
You're exactly right. He tripped up, and that play at the 10-yard line, Rick.
But it is amazing that the change of scenery and change of coaches, what that can do for a player. It really is.
Yeah, you can see it a lot. Look at Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, well, he followed the same pattern as Brett Favre. Everybody remembers Brett Favre did well at the Packers. He went to the Jets and almost got killed, and then he came back with Minnesota and played great. So Aaron Rodgers, here we are, history repeating itself, played great with the Packers, went to the Jets and suffered, and now he's with Pittsburgh. Good coach, good team. Aaron Rodgers should have a good year, barring injury.
Yeah, I think the Pittsburgh Steelers would be a playoff team. I'll keep it that way. Of course, Warren, the tight end for the Indianapolis Colts, is from the Richmond Tri-City area. He played at Atlee, I believe it was, and he went to Penn State and played extremely well there, and now he's playing for the Indianapolis Colts. And the only VCU player to ever play, he went from basketball, Mo Alley Cox. He caught several passes yesterday in that offense with Daniel Jones as well. And like I said, the Colts are the Colts. I'm not making them world beaters right now. They beat us up, but we made some mistakes. And you can see there, if Tua gets rattled, it's tough. Overthrew the open wide receiver, fumbled the ball.
Yeah, there's been a lot of basketball players that played in the NFL. Cornell Green for Dallas was one. Antonio Gates was a great college basketball player, ended up playing for the Chargers. And Julius Peppers also was a great college basketball player for North Carolina, and then he broke into the pros and was a great defensive lineman. So there's been a lot of I understand Allen Iverson could have played football or basketball.
Yeah,
Charlie Ward, of course.
Yeah, he played high school. He played real well. He was the quarterback for his high school team down in Newport News area. But we're going to take a quick break. I got a little hair in my throat, but we're going to try to get Coach Irby on here very shortly. And when we come back, it is just about 7 minutes past the hour. It's 7 o'clock. We're going to take your phone calls, too, later in the show. So stay with us right here on WHAP, The Point. Carr Brothers, located at 3100 Jackson Farm Road here in Hopewell. The Gathering Place has great salads, specials every day, and without a doubt, the best burger in town. Call for carryout at 458-4144. That's 458-4144. Carr Brothers.
Looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate? Let Keith and Mandy at Hourglass Realty Group guide you and your family through the journey of home ownership for years to come. With over 17 years of experience as multi-million-dollar producers, they specialize in residential and commercial properties across Richmond, Chesterfield, the Tri-Cities, and surrounding areas. As partner agents with Veterans United, they take pride in helping active and retired veterans find the perfect home. Plus, Keith is a licensed notary for your convenience. Call 804-712-0188. That's 804-712-0188 today and visit them at 11801 Center Street in Chester. They're online at hourglassrealtygroup.com.
Hi, this is Andy Clark with Ligon Jones Insurance Services. We're proud to give back to our community by supporting local youth sports and encourage you all to get out and cheer for your team. We're a local independent agent representing Erie Insurance and several others. Give us a call at 804-458-8522 or stop by our new location at 5392 Prince George Drive, Suite B, and let us show you what old-fashioned customer service feels like. We can be your insurance concierge and save you money. www.ligonjones.com.
Uh-oh, stranded on the side of the road, flat tire, dead battery, no worries. Tucker Towing Service, LLC has got your back. Whether it's cars, trucks, motorcycles, or trailers, we're here to get you moving again. Need a jump start or a tire change? We do that too. Proudly serving Hopewell, VA, and surrounding areas. We're fast, reliable, and just a call away. Call Tucker Towing at 804-920-4383 or email us at tuckerstowingservice@gmail.com. Tucker Towing Service, LLC, your roadside lifeline.
911, what's your emergency? 911 is the number that can save civilians' lives. 1-800-COP-LINE is the number that can save yours. Did you know more cops die by suicide than in the line of duty? Talk to a cop who cares. Call 1-800-COP-LINE or visit VAFirstResponderWellness.org. The life you save could be your own. Paid for by the Virginia Department of Criminal Justice Services.
I just want to encourage everybody listening today. Your health matters. Your peace matters. You don't have to settle for feeling exhausted, stressed, or just stuck wherever you are. God gave us everything we need. Simple, powerful gifts from the earth to support our bodies naturally. It's not complicated. It's not overwhelming. It's just about taking one small step back to what He originally intended. You deserve to feel amazing. And natural solutions are really closer than you think. It's just a text, a phone call, or a stop by Car Brothers away.
Start your wellness journey today. Reach out to Tony Carr Hathaway. She's been waiting for you. Text wellness to 804-212-8571.
This is Mark Malone, and you're listening to The Bottom Line with Steve the Truth Nugent right here on Sports Radio 1340 WHAP Hopewell.
Why don't you just tell me the truth?
Now let's get back to Steve the Truth with The Bottom Line.
That's what I said.
All right, we are back here at Fox Sports Studios, and we want to thank everybody for joining us today. And I'm hoping that we have the head coach of the Hopewell Blue Devils on the K&L Barbecue Hotline. Coach, are you there? Coach, are you there? Maybe not. Maybe we don't have him yet. You there? No, we'll have to check back on that, and we'll try to get him on when we get a chance. And but right now, 12 minutes past the hour of 7 o'clock, we're going to go to Mr. Harry Clary and talk a little bit of WNBA, which we talk about every Monday right here on Fox Sports Radio 1340. And playoffs coming up soon.
Yes, they are. And unfortunately for the Indiana Fever, Caitlin Clark and Sophie Cunningham are not playing. Oh, we got a caller.
All right, Coach, are you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Coach?
I'm here.
All right, we're going to try it again. I just made a comment, Harry, that I had this phone thing down to a science, and I guess I don't. But let's continue with the WNBA.
Okay, the WNBA, like I was saying, Caitlin Clark and Sophie Cunningham are pretty much out. We don't really even know what's going on there. But because of Caitlin Clark, and I'm getting to where I know all these players now. You know what I mean? It's I think the WNBA has really grown this year. So we're going to read you the standings in the WNBA. The Eastern Conference first. The Atlanta Dream is in first place in that conference. They're 28-14. The New York Liberty is 25-17. The Indiana Fever is 23-20. The Washington Mystics are 16-27. The Connecticut Sun are 11-31, and the Chicago Sky are 10-32. In the Western Division, we have the Minnesota Lynx. They're number one in the WNBA right now at 33-9. We have the Las Vegas Aces at 28-14. The Phoenix Mercury at 27-15. The Golden State Valkyries at 23-19. Seattle Storm 22-21. LA Sparks 20-22. And the Dallas Wings 9-34 to round out the standings for the WNBA.
Thanks, Harry. We're joining us right now on the K&L Barbecue Hotline is the one, the only head coach Ricky Irby of Hopewell Blue Devils football. Coach, how you doing today?
I'm good. Can you guys hear me now?
Yes, sir. We can hear you now with that Verizon commercial. We can hear you now.
I'm out here at Colonial Heights at a game. Colonial Heights is playing Caroline. So if you hear noise in the background, that's what it is.
Hey, man, we appreciate you so much. Real quick, first we want to say congratulations on the big win Friday night, 16-14 over Mecklenburg County. Your thoughts real quick about the game.
Well, I think good teams find a way to win when they don't play their best. And, I don't think we played our best. We dropped a couple touchdown passes and, just didn't play real good, but we found a way to get it done in the end. I was rather win ugly than lose pretty any day.
Yeah, and of course with the big win, the kicker Orrin Beasley, of course he's been a friend of our program. We had him on when the soccer team was making the run, and that was a big deal for him to get that game-winning kick.
Yeah, and he nailed it too, man. Split the uprights, and that's the first time I can remember since back when Bujakowski to Harrington against Verona, where we won on the last play of the game like that. So it was pretty cool, pretty special.
Yeah, it was fun to listen to on the WHAP coverage Friday night. Of course, your quarterback threw for 221 yards passing. Moore's kind of developing into what you thought he would be.
Yeah, I tell you, man, he's really doing well for a former offensive lineman to go to quarterback. And, he got banged up a little bit in the first game against Highland Springs on the second drive and didn't play the rest of the game. But, even some of the balls he threw that we dropped, one was a wide-open touchdown. I mean, nobody within 20 yards of our guy, and they just couldn't come up with it, just kind of bounced off his hands. But I thought he threw the ball well. Thought he showed a lot of poise. Made a couple mistakes when he had some pressure on him, and but that's going to happen with a young quarterback. But he gets better and better every day.
Yep, and Bristol had 116 yards rushing out of the backfield for the Blue Devils on Friday.
Yeah, we got 3 or 4 guys back there that can tote the rock for us. And, Deshaun Bristol had a great game Friday night running the football, but A.J. Monroe can run it for us, Willie Brown, Larry Burgess. We got 4 guys that we can rotate back there that we feel really comfortable with. And, it's a lot of depth we had back there running the football for sure.
Yeah, and then Grammer had 200 yards receiving for, like I said, it was just like I said, the way the game was unfolding there, it just knew that it was going to be something happening there at the end for Hopewell to have a chance to win. That's the way it turned out.
We kept shooting ourselves in the foot, man. We would drive the ball all the way down there, and then we'd mishandle a snap, or we'd get a penalty, or and just kept shooting ourselves in the foot down there in the red zone on offense. And I was really proud of our defense. We forced 3 turnovers, and some of them were key turnovers that we were able to force, and special teams came through for us in the end.
It did that. Of course, you got an off week this week, which I know you're looking forward to. Is you're 1-1 now, and your thoughts headed into the bye week per se of what you're working on.
Well, we're going to work a lot on us and making sure that we get better as a team. And today, all we did, we watched about 2 hours worth of film, and then we got a good long lift in the weight room, and we didn't even practice today. So we'll practice tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday, and do a lot of technique stuff and just working on ourselves and making sure that we're able to improve and get better at the things that we saw on film from Friday night.
Yeah, Coach, I can't thank you enough for joining us. I know you're at an event. You're like I said, I just appreciate you taking the time to give us a call and let us know your thoughts about this past week. A big win, 16-14. Of course, the last 3 matchups. Last year, you lost 20-14, and 2 years ago, y'all beat them 44-20, and that's at Mecklenburg. That's a big game, and of course, TJ coming up in 2 weeks. It's a big game as well.
Yeah, they don't get any easier, that's for sure. Our schedule is very tough. Not only do we play the Central District schedule, but You know, you got a perennial power in Highland Springs who's a 5A state champion contender, and now we got a TJ who's a state championship contender in 2A this year. So, you know, we'll have our hands full, but we'll come up with a good game plan, and I think we'll play well.
I think you will, too, man. We'll be following you, and like I said, I appreciate your time. Have a great evening, and let's go Blue Devils.
All right. Thank you, Steve.
Thanks so much.
All right.
That's Coach Irby of Hopewell Blue Devils football, the head coach. Of course, we are the home of the Hopewell Blue Devils in every sport. And like I said, big win, 16-14, and I just appreciate him taking the time. Of course, like I said, he's at a game, Colonial Heights right now, you know, checking out everything. So I really appreciate him taking the time to join us today.
Yeah, he's a great guy, great coach.
He is. He's really great. And like I said, taking his time to give us a call. With that, we're going to take a break. When we come back, not a long break, we're going to continue to talk about some UVA's game with NC State briefly, how we lost that game in the last minute of the game, interception in the end zone from Morse. But it was fun to watch. And then update you on the Hopewell Youth League as well. This past Saturday, I had the opportunity to go to where was that? That's a good ride over there, Parham Road, over there at J. Sargent Reynolds. And we played the Henrico Chargers. And our team got lucky and, you know, never give up. But we'll talk about that when we come back. And I want to say thanks to one of our newest sponsors here on the bottom line, which is Hempco. Of course, Harry, you are aware that Hempco used to be a sponsor of the WHAP for a very long time, back when we were here back in 2008, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14.
Absolutely. Beth Fratercangelo used to work here. Her
and Sicky.
Father was one of the owners of Hempco at that time.
Mm-hmm. And the family is still in the family, and Mike and Debbie's got it, and they do a great job. And I gave them a call and asked them would they like to sponsor our local show, and they said we would love to. And of course, this spot that we're playing is Super Dave from the Late Night Sports Show, who recorded the spot.
Yeah, I just talked to him the other day.
Yeah,
we got to get him on the show one day.
Yeah, that'd be great. So, like I said, thanks again for Hempco. That's Hopewell Iron and Metal Company for one of our newest sponsors right here on the Bottom Line.
Hempco, a family-owned business which operates as a full-service buyer, processor, and seller. Hempco purchases, collects, processes, then remits any and all salvageable materials such as copper, brass, aluminum, stainless steel, and much more for the recycling industry. That's Hempco, Hopewell Iron and Metal Company, located at 213 South 6th Avenue, Hopewell, Virginia. For services or questions, call Hempco at 458-8514. Open Monday through Fridays, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. That's Hempco, Hopewell Iron and Metal Company.
Hi, this is Andy Clark with Ligon Jones Insurance Services. We're proud to give back to our community by supporting local youth sports and encourage you all to get out and cheer for your team. We're a local independent agent representing Erie Insurance and several others. Give us a call at 804-458-8522 or stop by our new location at 5392 Prince George Drive, Suite B, and let us show you what old-fashioned customer service feels like. We can be your insurance concierge and save you money. www.ligonjones.com.
I just want to encourage everybody listening today. Your health matters. Your peace matters. You don't have to settle for feeling exhausted, stressed, or just stuck wherever you are. God gave us everything we need. Simple, powerful gifts from the earth to support our bodies naturally. It's not complicated. It's not overwhelming. It's just about taking one small step back to what He originally intended. You deserve to feel amazing. And natural solutions are really closer than you think. It's just a text, a phone call, or a stop by Carr Brothers away.
Start your wellness journey today. Reach out to Tony Carr Hathaway. She's been waiting for you. Text wellness to 804-212-8571.
Looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate? Let Keith and Mandy at Hourglass Realty Group guide you and your family through the journey of home ownership for years to come. With over 17 years of experience as multi-million-dollar producers, they specialize in residential and commercial properties across Richmond, Chesterfield, the Tri-Cities, and surrounding areas. As partner agents with Veterans United, they take pride in helping active and retired veterans find the perfect home. Plus, Keith is a licensed notary for your convenience. Call 804-712-0188. That's 804-712-0188 today and visit them at 11801 Center Street in Chester. They're online at hourglassrealtygroup.com.
Uh-oh, stranded on the side of the road, flat tire, dead battery, no worries. Tucker Towing Service, LLC has got your back. Whether it's cars, trucks, motorcycles, or trailers, we're here to get you moving again. Need a jump start or a tire change? We do that too. Proudly serving Hopewell, VA, and surrounding areas. We're fast, reliable, and just a call away. Call Tucker Towing at 804-920-4383. or email us at tuckerstowingservice@gmail.com. Tucker Towing Service, LLC, your roadside lifeline.
Why didn't you just tell me the truth?
Now, let's get back to Steve the Truth with the bottom line.
That's what I said.
All right, we are back here. I want to thank Coach Irby for joining us on the K&L Barbecue Hotline, talking about their big win over Mecklenburg this past Friday night, 16-14, which you heard right here on WHAP, The Point. All right, we're back here, and we'll get you updated on baseball games tonight. And, of course, we are the home of the Baltimore Orioles. And Kansas City takes on Cleveland tonight. That game's at 6:40. That game started a little while ago. Of course, late game is Minnesota Angels and Boston taking on the Athletics at 10:05. In the National League, Washington at Miami, the Mets at Philadelphia, Chicago Cubs at Atlanta, Cincinnati at San Diego, Arizona at San Francisco, and Colorado taking on the Dodgers tonight. And in interleague play, Milwaukee taking on Texas, and St. Louis at Seattle. And with that, we're back here at the studios, and been a good show. Of course, the first hour, if you're just joining us, we are here till 8 o'clock from 6 to 8 every Monday right here on Fox Sports Radio, 1340 AM and 96.9 FM and WHAPradio.com. Every Monday from 6 to 8. We had Drew Dayberry from Downtown Partnership, and, of course, Kyle English. He was with us from the city of Hopewell. Big event this weekend, River and Rose Festival. Check it out Friday and Saturday right here in Hopewell. Right, and the Greek Festival is happening this week as well. And with that, we just finished week one. Since our show is only one day a week, so what we're going to try to do is break down the week before, or should I say the Sunday before, and then we'll get you an idea and get you caught up of what games are in the National Football League this week coming up. Of course, Thursday, when we spend a little time on this one, Thursday is the big game, Washington at Green Bay. And, Harry, that's a big game.
I don't even wouldn't know how to call that one. I'd call that a toss-up.
Yeah, it's playing in Green Bay, and Michael Parsons looking pretty good on the defensive side of the ball, and Love looking great at the quarterback. They've just got their pieces in place right now, Rick.
I think that the Packers are going to win at home. Talking about Michael Parsons coming to the team, and Jordan Love is playing pretty good, so I think they're going to take that one.
Yeah, I think the energy level there at Green Bay is like it was yesterday, and like I said, they're starting Green Bay start both games at home.
Yeah, well, if I've got to pick one, I'm going to pick the home team.
Yeah, that's Thursday night. It's a big game. That's going to be on Prime Video now. That's Prime Video. Al Michaels is on the call for that one. Of course, if you do want to, we'll open the phone lines. It's just about the bottom of the hour, 7:30. If you want to give us a call, 804-458-9427. That's 804-458-9427, which is WHAP. Give us a call and let us know your thoughts about your team this past weekend, if they did well or not, and we'll get you on the air right here on Fox Sports Radio, WHAP, The Point. All right, Harry, and September 14th, Sunday, Jacksonville at Cincinnati. Both of them won this past weekend. They battled the unbeatens, 1-0.
I'm going to have to go with the home team again. Although I have my doubts, Cincinnati's defense is horrible.
And Jacksonville's offense looked pretty good yesterday.
Yes, I have Thomas on my fantasy team. He scored.
Yeah, Rick, what you think about the two undefeateds, Jacksonville and Cincinnati?
I'm going with Joe Burrow and the Bengals.
Joe Burrows and the Bengals. And I guess we're all going with Cincinnati. I'll take Cincinnati. In that game on Thursday night, I'm going to go ahead and call it. I think Washington's going to show up a little better. And then, like I said, Green Bay had a big win against the Detroit team. But is that the Detroit team where we've seen the last 2 years? Or is that the Detroit team that 5 years ago?
Well, it's hard to tell. They are, last year they looked great until they ran into the Commanders in the playoffs.
Yep, and then Washington was on a roll. And then it's not when you're playing in September. It's not how you're playing in September. It's how you're playing in December and January, headed into the playoffs. But it's fun to talk this and pick the games as well. New England at the Miami Dolphins. Miami's home opener. After what we saw yesterday, like I said, I don't know. New England has scored 10 points. We scored 8, so I don't think that's it could be. I think I'm going to take Miami, and we're going to win 3-2.
I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take New England.
Harry's taking the Patriots. Of course, Travion did play yesterday. Played pretty well. Of course, they got play as a team, and May made some mistakes there at quarterback for New England. So you think the battle of 0-1 teams, and it's a big deal so far as playoff seedings as well, if there's a chance.
I think I'm going to take New England.
He's going to take the Patriots. All right, and then taking a look at it, the Rams taking at Tennessee. Of course, the Rams just beat Houston in a close game, and Houston, I think, is a very good team. And now they're coming over here to the East Coast taking on Tennessee. And Tennessee got a young quarterback. We saw him playing yesterday against the Broncos. He needs somebody to catch a football. So I think the Rams probably would be favored. The line's probably out right now. And taking the breaking news right now, George Kittle is expected to be sidelined multiple weeks with that hamstring injury that we spoke of in the first hour. It just came out on Fox Sports. So
well, he'll be back.
That's why I picked up 2 tight ends. I got Travis Kelce too, so maybe we go with that. And so you got the Rams. We all got the Rams.
I've got the Rams.
I've got the Rams as well.
Yeah, I think the Rams got a good chance of winning it. The Cleveland Browns at Baltimore. Will Baltimore have a hangover after the defeat last night? And I know y'all saw it at the end of it with the person in the stands pushing Lamar Jackson, and he pushed him back. It came out this afternoon that fan is barred from Baltimore games and any NFL stadium.
Should be.
And he went up there and they walked by the front of the thing, and he pushed one of them in the head. Then he pushed Lamar on in the shoulder, about pushed him over. He turned around and pushed him back. So I don't think Lamar's going to get any fines or anything with that. I wouldn't think.
I think the Ravens are going to annihilate the Browns.
I think they will be. I picked them, like I said, I picked Baltimore to go to the Super Bowl, so I hope the real Baltimore Ravens will stand up.
I don't think the Browns have anybody like Josh Allen, so the Ravens are going to roll over them.
Yeah, talking about Baltimore again, what's the chances of Derrick Henry fumbling that ball?
That they make one mistake. Can you imagine the plane ride home or however they got home? You're up there thinking, we played fantastic tonight for the first 3 quarters, and part of the fourth quarter we make one mistake. And a miracle happens.
Like I said, it's something in the stars for something. Being down by 15 and scoring 15 points, or 16 points, in the last 4 minutes. It's unbelievable that this happened, because everything that needed to happen for Buffalo happened. The tip pass, and then he caught it in the end zone, and then he got the ball back, and then you needed a fumble to get back in the game, and then you needed a stop, and then they got a stop, and then here you are with Prater, the kicker. I guess he used to kick for the Denver Broncos.
Yes, he did.
41 years old, sitting there with 3 seconds left because of the the kicker got scratched on Saturday, from playing, and kicks the game-winning field goal, 41-40.
Right. Well, you brought up Coleman caught the tip pass for the touchdown, and then Coleman is the one that caught the ball that put him in a close field goal range at the end of the game. So, and Coleman caught for over 100 yards.
And then that play with Josh Allen and hitting James Cook right there when the blitz was going on, and then he run it all the way down to the 1 yard line. And that was nobody within 30 yards of him there at the beginning of it. About that one guy, and he was running right down the middle of the field.
Well, I'm going to call it Josh Allen is the best football player in the world right now.
Well, he is the reigning MVP of the National Football League, so he's right up there. He did his thing last night, and like I said, certain things got to happen for a team to come back to win a game like that, and it happened for them. And I'm happy for the Buffalo Bill fans, but out there, you're still 0-4 in the Super Bowl. Now, taking a look at the games, that was Cleveland at Baltimore. That's a divisional game. And this one here, with the breaking news, I just said, George Kittle not playing. That's going to hurt San Francisco a little bit, although they're taking on New Orleans in New Orleans.
Saints are one of the worst teams. San Francisco is going to roll right on over them.
He really needs to get a quarterback there in New Orleans. And
the one they got is kind of rattled.
Yes, he is. Yeah. So we all taking San Francisco?
49ers.
Yep. All right. And then the Giants at Dallas. Now, this is the game that Dallas definitely needs to win. After, like I said, Dallas should have won the game last Thursday.
Dallas could play them without pads and beat them.
Yeah, I think.
I'm taking Dallas too.
Yeah, I think Dallas has got a good chance of winning that. Now, these are the games for next week, week 2 in the National Football League, and Seattle at Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh's going to win.
Now, it's a team that they don't usually see very often. They did play in the Super Bowl, and Pittsburgh won back with Big Ben back in the day.
I've got Pittsburgh, too.
Yeah, I think the Steelers have got a chance to do something. But I'm liking Seattle a little bit. I know.
Me, too. I think Seattle's caught some terrible luck. I mean, they really are a good team. And I think that they even could possibly be a playoff team, but they running into a buzzsaw first 2 games.
And San Francisco only defeated them 17-13, and they had to score right there at the end to get that, to win the game. And then the Chicago-Detroit, of course, we have to wait and see what Chicago does tonight against the Minnesota Vikings. But Ben Johnson, the head coach for the Chicago Bears, if he comes out doing anything tonight with that quarterback, Caleb Williams, and they're being effective against Minnesota, I think Chicago, because don't forget, they were 4-2 last year.
I'm predicting Minnesota wins tonight 37-13.
37-13. That's a big margin of victory there on Monday night.
Yeah. Everybody's saying Chicago's pretty good this year. They're going to have to show me.
Well, they were 4-2 last year until the Hail Mary in Washington. And then after that, they lost the last 10 games before they lost the one there toward the end of the season. 1-1 there at the end of the season. And Detroit, like I said, Detroit didn't show me much of anything, but they will be playing at home, so hopefully they can come back. And that's going to be an interesting game. That's Ben Johnson. He was their offensive coordinator last year with the Detroit Lions, so I'm pretty sure he knows that offense pretty well.
Yeah.
I'm taking the Lions.
He's taking the Lions. I'm going out on the limb. I'm taking the Bears.
I'm taking the Lions.
All right. Now looking at other games for Week 2 in the National Football League. The Denver Broncos, Rick's Denver Broncos, winning the game yesterday with 4+ turnovers. First time a team has won the game with 4+ turnovers and to win in regulation. But by defeat, they were playing Tennessee. But y'all take on the Indianapolis Colts, who are 1-0. In Indianapolis, of course, my Dolphins made Daniel Jones look very, very good yesterday. And y'all's defense is stout, so it's going to be an interesting matchup there, playing in Indianapolis. Another team that's starting with 2 home games.
Boy, this is one of the tougher ones to pick right here. I'm going to go with the better head coach and take the Broncos.
He's taking the Broncos. And, Rick, who are you taking?
I think I'm going to take the Broncos.
Yeah. I'm going to take the Indianapolis Colts just because they're way they play. If they play like they did yesterday, I think they'll be competitive in every game they play this season. Because they played extremely well and they come out flowing and throwing the ball. Pittman scored.
I think I could have beat the Dolphins yesterday.
Yeah, Jonathan Taylor, they didn't use him until late, but he ran all over everything. And they got a good...
Jonathan Taylor's a great back.
Yeah, I think they got a good team there, and the 3-year coach they got is doing his thing right now. And this is another tough game here to call. Carolina Panthers taking on Arizona. The Arizona Cardinals with a big win yesterday. They are 1-0. They're at the top of the division, tied with the Rams. And they, like I said, they only gave up 13 points so far this season. And the Rams, of course, won 14-9. And San Francisco won. So there's 3 winners right there in that division. And Carolina got to travel to Arizona. So I like Arizona in this matchup.
I'm taking the Cardinals.
Me too.
All right,
Arizona.
And like I said, Carolina didn't look bad. They just,
Carolina is bad.
Yeah, they're a tough team, and it's the organization. They say it's the organization. Now, this game is at 4:25. This is the game of the week. It's the rematch of Super Bowl 59 with the Philadelphia Eagles at Kansas City at 4:25. The way Philadelphia looked Thursday against Dallas looked very beatable. Kansas City Friday night got beat.
Yep.
So, if both of them it should be a good game. But usually in these matchups, the team that lost the Super Bowl wins the regular season game. So I'm going with Kansas City Chiefs.
I'm going with the Eagles because I'm getting this vibe that like the Dallas Cowboys had in early '95 when they lost the first 2 games of the season, remember? Mm-hmm. And then ended up going to the playoffs.
That was the holdout of Emmitt Smith.
Yeah. So I'm going to take the Eagles over the Chiefs. Chiefs 0-2.
That's be a big deal.
I think Patrick Mahomes will straighten it out this week.
All right, he's taking Kansas City as well.
Kansas City.
Although he picked Philadelphia to go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but his wife is a Chiefs fan.
I have to.
Yeah. And then next Sunday night, of course, Minnesota's taking on the Bears tonight. Next Sunday night is their home opener, taking on the Atlanta Falcons, which I said Phoenix is looking real good. They had a chance to tie that game to send it over to overtime yesterday. Atlanta did against Tampa Bay, who was picked to win that division, which we picked Tampa Bay to win that division. So I look for Atlanta. It depends on how J.J. McCarthy plays tonight. And Minnesota get going. You got Jefferson there. Just throw him the ball.
You said a mouthful. J.J. McCarthy is the unknown factor that we have going here. All the reports in preseason were saying his arm looked great. He was accurate, that they're high on him. Boy. Yeah. This is a tough one, but I'm going with the Vikings because they're at home.
He's going with the Vikings in their home opener. Rick?
I'm going with Vikings at home, too.
All right. Now, next Monday night, we're in for a treat, folks. We'll be on the radio from 6 to 8, and we'll keep you updated with the first game. It's 2 Monday night football games next Monday. It's Tampa Bay at Houston. That game comes on at 7 o'clock. And I think that's going to be a very competitive matchup. And the LA Chargers are taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. Of course, the Raiders are 1-0 and looking competitive. And Tom Brady, he just slide right in there, and then all of a sudden the Raiders are competitive.
Yeah, well, that rookie running back for the Raiders,
he scored yesterday,
looking really good. And
Pete Carroll knows his stuff.
Meyer looked really good. He caught for 97 yards yesterday. And, of course, they have Brock Bowers at tight end.
He had 5 receptions for 103 yards.
But I think the Chargers are too much for him. I'm picking the Chargers.
Ooh, that's a big one.
I'm taking the Chargers, too.
And I
hate to take either one up. I hope they both lose.
Yeah, that's a division game. So if the Chargers can win that, they'll be 2-0. And if your predictions are correct, if your prediction is correct, Kansas City would be 2 games back. Well, actually 3 games back because the Chargers already beat them. 2.5. Because because they got to play again. That'd be the early story, early headlines of the National Football League after Week 2 if Kansas City's 0-2 and the Chargers are 2-0 and Denver's 2-0.
Well, I think Kansas City's going to come back, but they're off to a slow start.
Yeah, well, it's got to end sooner or later. Look at New England. That ended 20 years later, but it ended.
When Brady was there, I don't know if anybody remembers. I think you probably do, Steve. Remember, Kansas City beat New England really, really bad on opening day one year, and everybody said, well, that's it. Their window has closed. And, of course, New England won the Super Bowl that year.
Yep. So you're taking the Chargers?
Taking the Chargers.
Yeah, I'll take the Chargers, too. Why not? And look at Sunday's leaders for throughout the National Football League. Passing, of course, you know who's number one. That's Aaron Rodgers with the Pittsburgh Steelers. He threw for 244 and 4 touchdowns with a quarterback rating of 136.7. Who saw that coming? Mike Tomlin. Harry said he did, too. And then Love for the Green Bay Packers. He threw for 188 and 2 touchdowns and had a quarterback rating of 128.6. And Justin Fields was right up in there. Like I said, that game didn't have much of a defense in it at all, being 34-32. But Fields had 218 and 1 touchdown, rating of 119.1. And, of course, the Dolphins made Daniel Jones look like world beaters, threw for 272 yards and 1 touchdown with a quarterback rating of 115.9. I'm taking the rushing enemy for Jacksonville, 143 yards and attempts on 16 attempts, no touchdowns. Hall for the Jets, he had 107 yards for 19 attempts. And should I say Little Bill, what they call him for the Washington Redskins, that's what they call him. He had 82 yards on 10 rushes and 1 touchdown. Jonathan Taylor had 71 yards on 18 carries. And Harvey for the Denver Broncos had 70 yards on 8 carries. Receiving, Bowers, of course, he had 103 yards on 5 receptions. He was throwing the ball to him all over the field.
Bowers is really is something else. He's a great tight end.
Yeah, when we come back, we're going to take a break. It is just about 14 minutes toward the hour of 8 o'clock. And we'll get you set with the Minnesota Vikings and the Chicago Bears. They're coming up tonight. Monday Night Football, 8:15 is the kickoff. So when we come back, we'll talk more sports. And like I said, I want to thank Coach Irby again for joining us here at the 7 o'clock hour, and thank Drew Dayberry and Cal English for joining us in the first hour at 6 o'clock to talk about the Roads and Rivers Festival that's happening right here in Hopewell Friday and Saturday. You're listening to WHAP, The Point.
K&L Barbecue at 1410 Maple Street, inside Cavalier Square, Hopewell. Wants you to know they have great specials on the daily menu, such as hamburger steaks, grilled chicken, a lightly fried chicken sandwich, and, of course, the best chicken and dumplings in the Tri-Cities. And don't forget about their world-famous barbecue and sauce. Dine in or carry out at K&L Barbecue. Call 458-4241. That's 458-4241 for K&L Barbecue.
Uh-oh, stranded on the side of the road, flat tire, dead battery, no worries. Tucker Towing Service, LLC has got your back. Whether it's cars, trucks, motorcycles, or trailers, we're here to get you moving again. Need a jump start or a tire change? We do that too. Proudly serving Hopewell, VA, and surrounding areas. We're fast, reliable, and just a call away. Call Tucker Towing at 804-920-4383 or email us at tuckerstowingservice@gmail.com. Tucker Towing Service, LLC, your roadside lifeline.
Looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate? Let Keith and Mandy at Hourglass Realty Group guide you and your family through the journey of home ownership for years to come. With over 17 years of experience as multi-million-dollar producers, they specialize in residential and commercial properties across Richmond, Chesterfield, the Tri-Cities, and surrounding areas. As partner agents with Veterans United, they take pride in helping active and retired veterans find the perfect home. Plus, Keith is a licensed notary for your convenience. Call 804-712-0188. That's 804-712-0188 today and visit them at 11801 Center Street in Chester. They're online at hourglassrealtygroup.com.
I just want to encourage everybody listening today. Your health matters. Your peace matters. You don't have to settle for feeling exhausted, stressed, or just stuck wherever you are. God gave us everything we need. Simple, powerful gifts from the earth to support our bodies naturally. It's not complicated. It's not overwhelming. It's just about taking one small step back to what He originally intended. You deserve to feel amazing. And natural solutions are really closer than you think. It's just a text, a phone call, or a stop by Car Brothers away.
Start your wellness journey today. Reach out to Tony Carr Hathaway. She's been waiting for you. Text wellness to 804-212-8571.
Hi, this is Andy Clark with Ligon Jones Insurance Services. We're proud to give back to our community by supporting local youth sports and encourage you all to get out and cheer for your team. We're a local independent agent representing Erie Insurance and several others. Give us a call at 804-458-8522 or stop by our new location at 5392 Prince George Drive, Suite B, and let us show you what old-fashioned customer service feels like. We can be your insurance concierge and save you money. www.ligonjones.com.
Car Brothers, located at 3100 Jackson Farm Road here in Hopewell. The Gathering Place has great salads, specials every day, and without a doubt, the best burger in town. Call for carryout at 458-4144. That's 458-4144. Car Brothers.
Hemco, a family-owned business which operates as a full-service buyer, processor, and seller. Hemco purchases, collects, processes, then remits any and all salvageable materials such as copper, brass, aluminum, stainless steel, and much more for the recycling industry. That's Hemco, Hopewell Iron and Metal Company, located at 213 South 6th Avenue, Hopewell, Virginia. For services or questions, call Hemco at 458-8514. Open Monday through Fridays, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. That's Hemco, Hopewell Iron and Metal Company.
Why didn't you just tell me the truth?
Now, let's get back to Steve the Truth with the bottom line.
That's what I said.
All right, we're back here at Fox Sports Studios. It is just about 9 minutes toward the hour of 8 o'clock. And don't forget, it is Monday night, so Monday Night Football, Week 1. The Minnesota Vikings taking on the Chicago Bears. And don't forget, it is Monday, so Monday Night Raw is on at 8 o'clock, and that's on Netflix, so you can check that out. There's a lot happening on a Monday night. I am Steve the Truth alongside of Harry Clary and Rick Morris. We just went through Week 2 of the National Football League, and as Week 1 is ending, like I said, it's the NFL. Every 4 weeks is different, and started of the season, there's a lot of teams that you wouldn't have thought have been winners yesterday, and we had them. So let's hope the other teams get better, especially my Miami Dolphins. But congratulations to Denny Hamlin yesterday. He won the NASCAR race in Joy, Illinois 300. It was a big, fun race to watch. I enjoyed it. Drace Briscoe and Chase Elliott, Ryan Blaney, I'll get it out in a minute, rounds out your top 4 in the NASCAR. Of course, cutoff race coming up this Saturday night at Bristol. Should be a lot of fun. You can check the coverage out on, I believe it's USA, I believe it is, or Peacock, either one. But, fellas, the top 25 for the college came out earlier today, and, of course, number 1 is Ohio State with 57 votes, or 2-0. Penn State second with 5 votes. LSU, after that big win over Clemson last week, they're third. Oregon demolished the team that they were playing this week. Oklahoma State, the 2 coaches had some words. The Oklahoma State coach said, yeah, Oregon can do that because they have a roster. They got $40 million to pay their players. We don't have but $7 million. And it made a big difference because Oregon defeated them 72-7. So that $40 million is going to a good place there in Oregon.
Right in line with the amount of money made in the score.
That's exactly right. And Oregon's got a really good team. Miami, of course, they're 2-0. They got a really good squad as well. Georgia's 2-0. And Texas is number 7. Of course, they lost the first game of the year, but Archie Manning, who is going to be the number 1 pick in the draft if somebody needs a quarterback, I would assume. And our new coach that we'll have then in April will probably be looking for a quarterback. Talking about the Miami Dolphins if Tua can't put it together. And then Notre Dame, 0-1. But like I said, they've got a big game this week coming up. They're ranked 8th. Illinois is 2-0 and ranked in the top 10 for the first time since 2001. Illinois is 9th in the country.
And I got a little story about that, Steve. Do you remember when I did a show here and Sway Valilla was on the show with me? Do you remember him?
Yeah, it's been a while back, yeah.
But he was a big Notre Dame fan. Remember, he had Notre Dame socks, Notre Dame pants, Notre Dame shirt. Guess where he is now?
Notre Dame.
He's the chaplain at Notre Dame.
How about that? That's great.
Shout out to Sway Valilla.
Yeah, that's wonderful. And then they get them to get Notre Dame back on the winning spirit there. They're, like I said, 0-1, ranked 8th. Florida State was not ranked at all 2 weeks ago. They're ranked 10th. They beat Alabama, and then they won this past Saturday. And a big win. They scored 77 points.
Wow.
Against the team. That's a lot. And they're ranked 10th. Ranked 11th in South Carolina, the Gamecocks. And, of course, Clemson is 1-1. They had to come back to beat Troy. Troy was leading the game most of the game, and Clemson comes back and beat them there toward the end. And Oklahoma, 2-0. They look real good. They defeated Michigan Saturday night. Iowa State is 3-0. Can you imagine this now? Iowa State is ranked 14th. Today is the 8th day of September, and they are 3-0 already because they played the game in Dublin earlier in week 0 and won that game.
So they doubled up.
Yeah, yep, they doubled up. Yep. So, Tennessee, of course, looking pretty good. They're 2-0. Texas A&M is 2-0. Mississippi is 17th. They're 2-0. South Florida, check this out. South Florida is 2-0, ranked 18th in the country. They defeated Florida Gators, the Florida Gators, Saturday night. And a big win. That's a big upset. Florida's been upset twice this year. They're calling for that coach's head there for the Florida Gators. And then, let's see, South Florida. Alabama is 1-1. They're ranked 19th. Utah's 2-0. Texas Tech's 2-0. Indiana is 2-0. The University of Michigan, after losing to Oklahoma, they fall to number 23. They're 1-1. Auburn is 2-0, and Missouri is 2-0. So, like I said, that's the top 25 for college football, the AP top 25 for college football for week 3 in college. Of course, it's going to be a lot of fun. UVA takes on William & Mary this week. So that should be a fun game to watch. We play at noon, and, of course, Virginia Tech takes on another state school, Old DU, Old Dominion University, and they play at 7 o'clock on ACC Network this Saturday night. No game for the Hopewell Blue Devils this week. They're on a bye. They come back the following week on the 19th against TJ. Like Coach Irby said earlier, they're a favorite to win Class 2 state championship, so it's a big game on that. And then, of course, we just went through the National Football League, so we're here every Monday night from 6 to 8. And we get you caught up on what happened over the weekend, and we try to get you set up for what's happening this weekend coming up. So
in tonight's game, remember, everybody, the Chicago Bears have never, ever had a 4,000-yard passer in the entire history
of the Bears.
Of the Bears.
Even McMahon didn't do it.
And they're not going to do it this year either.
And Harry picked the score to be 37-13 with Minnesota winning. Take it to the bank. Go on Fox.com and bet, and whatever you do your wagering at, and check it out. With that, for Rick Morris, Harry Clary, I am Steve the Truth. We'll be back here next Monday night talking sports right here on the Bottom Line, right here on Fox Sports Radio 1340, WHAP, Hopewell.
What was I just listening to?
You've been listening to Steve the Truth Nugent with the Bottom Line. On Fox Sports Radio 1340 AM.